Homelessness, it could happen to you this Saturday, January 17th, 2015. This comes from Fox 13 News, and I want to thank reporter Michael Singleton for covering this topic. Here's the headline: Teacher vows to live homeless for 1 year, learns a very tough lesson. Let me play the video for you.
Orange County middle school teacher making a stop in Tampa tonight on a year-long mission to document what it's been like to be homeless. And there's really only one way to do that. He's on the street trying to make it like thousands of others do. Tampa is his sixth stop in the past 2 months, and Michael Shingleton joined us tonight in studio with why is he doing this, Michael?
Well, Mark, Thomas Redmond is preparing a report to deliver to the state's Council on Homelessness to show how Florida's largest cities treat the homeless population. Day one in Tampa was not great for Tom.
I've only been here 1 day, and I can tell you that there's a huge homeless problem here. I'm cool to sleep here.
It's not easy finding a place to sleep.
Is there a spot I shouldn't go too far on?
Asking for money is just as hard and embarrassing.
Change, anything?
Tom Redmond doesn't have to be out here.
This is my 65th day of being homeless.
He's a retired officer in the U.S. Navy, a teacher on hiatus with a master's degree, and on a mission to show what it's like living homeless.
It gets harder every time I do it to go back out there because it's like being punished.
Tampa, Miami, and Jacksonville are all stops on his third tour.
I get treated really horribly. Actually, the emotional part is much worse than any physical pain I go through.
And there's pain at every turn.
I get a dinner ticket.
Even finding a warm meal is tough.
Hey man, you know where they feed dinner at?
Tom spent 34 days homeless in Sarasota, Tallahassee, Ocala, and Daytona, 30 more in Orlando, where Tom says he filled out 157 job applications and didn't receive one call back.
Why? Because it said homeless in the address block. Thanks, man.
Tom found that warm meal and also introduced us to a guy he just met.
You're like a computer guy?
Computer guy, multimedia, web design, graphic design.
As Tom ate, Jordan Brown told us he's been homeless only a month and he doesn't fit the stereotype.
I've never done drugs, never been alcoholic, never done any of that. I have a lot of potential, graduated high school with a 3.7.
Each day, Tom updates thousands of his followers on Facebook about people like Jordan.
You know, he literally made me feel so much better.
Hoping stories like Jordan's inform and inspire others.
When I see people like that, it reminds me of why I'm out here.
Tom said he plans to present his findings so far at the end of February to the Council on Homelessness.
Now, in closing, so many people stereotype the homeless and well, they have a mental illness or it's their own doing. They're an alcoholic and they're addicted to drugs, and that's not always the case. Many, for reasons beyond their control, who don't take drugs, and they are not an alcoholic, and they don't have a mental illness. Many are born-again Christians that have fallen on hard times, either on loss of a business, bad business deals, having a business partner bail out on you. That was my case. And losing your home and then renting another house and giving the landlord you got behind because you were slowly trying to sell everything because you've lost your income, and working double jobs and giving a landlord, in our case, $2,000 to get the rent caught up. We were only a short amount from being caught up and to be evicted and put on the street. Now, many of you know Scott that I have interviewed. Scott came from a very wealthy neighborhood in Birmingham, Michigan, and it wasn't his doing. This could happen to you. I'll put the link to this below, and I'll also put the link to our ministry to the homeless. Thanks for watching.